change. If you guys have any questions at any time, just raise your hand right away. I guess first thing off the bat is for those of you that don't take advantage of our training here, whether it be small group or large group, you'll have a mandatory workout Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So it'll be in here with me or any of the other trainers that we have. We should give you access through Mind Body so you can sign up so that we know that you guys have been there. You all have the Eat by Color book. If you guys want to take that out really fast and look at it. So if you guys turn to page 30, what you're going to have is, I'm skipping around a little bit on the book, but you're going to have a nutrition plan. Basically, it's a sample plan that's just planned out for you. So if you read that book, you'll know that each color needs a different macronutrient. So a different fat, a different carb, a different protein. So if you don't like one of those blue things, you can substitute it out for another blue thing. That's how that works. So you guys can read through that book. It's a pretty easy read. I want you to learn as much as you can on your own, and then I'll help you fill those in with the food logs. So also too, you guys should also get access to Microsoft Excel, and I gave you all my business cards, so my email's on that. So through Excel, you'll be able to map out your food logs, and then also too, on the whiteboard, if you guys have something to write it down, I need all of you to go to FitWorkz.com, and then it's /EBYC console /. If you go to that exactly, you're going to fill out your first, last name, zip code, address. That's going to let you in. So now you're going to get an email, and that will give you access right away to food logs. So that will pop up through your email, and then you can just start filling in. It'll get a week's worth of food, and that way you guys can send it to me. So you don't have to type it out through an email or anything like that. You'll just fill it out, send it to me. I'll edit through Microsoft Excel and send it right back. So the time during the week to do that, guys, I'd like you to send it to me every Wednesday by 1 p.m. So that way I can edit it right away and send it right back. So every Wednesday before 1. If that doesn't work for some reason, let me know. But that would be the easiest time for me to go in and edit right away. So yeah, and then also too, I want you guys to like us on Facebook. Any questions that you guys have along the way, Ray and I can answer with video, and that's where we would post it. So I don't have to write a huge newsletter and everyone gets bored with reading. So Ray and I will answer it through a video. We'll post it on that Facebook page too. So along with that, eatbycolor.com, you go on there, all kinds of recipes that Ray has already made and tried for you guys to try out as well. All of that can follow in your food log. You can make things for your kids, for your family, so that way it's not just you. There's all kinds of recipes on there. And then again, my email is up here. If you guys have any questions at any time, you can email me or call us here at FitWorkz. So I'll let Ray talk from there.
All right. So welcome to FitWorkz. Welcome to the Eat by Color Challenge. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Ray. I'm the guy that wrote the book Eat by Color, and I'm the one that's responsible for FitWorkz. First and foremost, Brittany's done an awesome job managing and coordinating this whole thing for you guys. So thank you, Brittany. She's kind of picked up the ball and ran with that on her own. A few things. One, if you guys need something, we're going to give you a huge opportunity, and that is this. One, you get access to Brittany. Two, we're going to put you guys on teams, and there's a reason for that. One, the community aspect of fitness, the community aspect of health, wellness, weight loss, the community aspect of everything we do in life makes it better, it makes it easier, it gives you an opportunity to share ideas with other people. So we are going to put you on the team. The other thing I'm going to do, and you're flat out crazy if you don't take advantage of this, those that have been members for a long time probably noticed Ray's not reeling the club available like he used to be. If you have a question and you post it on my Eat by Color Facebook page, I'll answer it. Reading between the lines, that means free stuff and info from Ray. So Facebook.com/eatbycolor. If you have questions and you post them on there, I will personally get back to you. So I would strongly encourage you guys to take advantage of that. So what is Eat by Color? It's not a diet. Diets don't work. One of the things that we've been getting a lot is, well, what about protein, or what about specifically chicken and broccoli? I heard you can lose 20 or 30 pounds in a short amount of time eating chicken or broccoli. Is that true? Yes, probably. You're going to lose a lot of water weight by completely eliminating starches. 1 gram of carbohydrate attracts 4 grams of water. So it's kind of like a magnet. If you got one of these, you end up with 4 of these. And you get 5, and pretty soon you're at 500 grams, which is a pound. And then 1,000 grams, which is 2 pounds, and it's all water weight. But the bigger picture, the bigger issue with protein in broccoli is you can't do it the rest of your life. So anybody that's got a graduation this month or weddings coming up this summer, they're probably going to serve things other than chicken or broccoli, which means you are going to fail. And once you've failed enough, you throw in the towel and say, forget it, I quit. So Eat by Color is more lifestyle and less diet. What you really need to know, if you flip to Appendix A, and I'm not kidding you, there's 6 pages in Appendix A, that is all you need to know. You can read the rest of the book, which tells my story and explains the how and the why I arrived at Eat by Color, but if you really want to know what to do, just flip to Appendix A. On the first page of the appendix, I wrote that on a Post-it note for the girl that used to cut my hair and she lost over 40 pounds and won $1,000. Okay? On a second Post-it note, I wrote a generic workout she could do at home. Next thing that I've been getting a lot of lately is getting caught up in the details that prevent you from taking action. They cause you to drag your feet and try and get everything just right and everything perfect. It's not going to happen. Perfect doesn't exist anywhere, and it never will. If you've got kids, chaos. You got a job, chaos. You go to work all day, maybe you're taking night classes, you got a lawn to mow, if it's like my grass, it's this tall, chaos. Get over it. Perfect's done, it's not happening, so just get started. If you want me to make it really simple, flip to page 30 of Eat by Color and just do this for the next 8 weeks. Day in and day out, make time on the weekend to prepare your meals, and just do this. Don't think about it if you're off a little bit, you're out running kids around, you got travel sports, you got shopping, had more laundry than you expected, and you get off track, fine. If you want pizza, get it. Just don't do it all the time. You want to have beer with your pizza? That's awesome. Don't do it all the time and get right back to page 30. It's simple. Okay? It's not hard. The biggest thing is accepting the fact that you're never going to do it 100% all the time and just taking action. And with action, you don't need like a giant sprint from here to the end of the building. Over the next weeks, all you have to do is keep shuffling your feet. Because if you keep shuffling your feet for the next 8 weeks, you will get to the end of the building. You will lose pounds, inches. You will improve your overall health and wellness during the course of the 8-week challenge. The other thing over the next 8 weeks is take advantage of the free help. Take advantage of the team. Leverage the power of social media. Leverage the power of your group. It's highly, 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 highly motivating to be involved in social media with stuff like this. And then steal Britt's time, and by all means, steal my time. Nuts and bolts Eat by Color. I color-coded the food groups, as Britt said. So it's basically like children's paint by number. On page 30, there's an example in one column of a sample day on the right. The column on the left is the color-coded how I came up with that. But if you want to make it simple, just go with the column on the left. Just do it. Do it for a couple weeks. You'll be shocked at your results. Supplements, are they necessary? No. Do quality supplements help you get better results faster? Yes. Do quality supplements make it convenient to grab a meal and in 2 minutes while you're walking out to the car have breakfast, whereas otherwise you'd skip it and hit the vending machine at work? Yes. So if you're looking for fast, you're looking for convenient, you're looking for easy, you're looking for portable, look into something like the Ultimate Muscle Protein for a protein powder. But again, is it necessary? No. If you're buying your protein at Walmart because it's cheap, best piece of advice I could give you is take that money out of your left pocket, put it in the right pocket, and then when you'd normally go buy the next tub at Walmart, take that money out of your left pocket, put it in your right, and come in here and buy a quality product. Because buying garbage like the Fortress Way at your Walmarts and whatnot, you might as well, you're buying a really expensive carbohydrate. You might as well not even buy it. You can certainly do this with whole food. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want convenience, save your money and buy a quality product or stick with food. Any questions? Yes?
How does the page 30 compare to this? Is it broken down? This is just like the total of all of that?
Okay, the question is, how does the first page of Appendix A tie into page 30 in the book? The first page of Appendix A is kind of the Cliff Notes. I think all of us are old enough to remember what Cliff Notes were. It's kind of the Cliff Notes Eat by Color. From first page Appendix A, page 30 was created with some variance. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, and if you try and make it perfect, you'll fail. And once you fail often enough, you quit. Good question. Exercise-wise, what we've seen people be successful with is 2 or 3 hours a week of the right exercise. Oftentimes, people, if they get access to the right exercise, they're eating healthy, and there's a difference between eating healthy foods and eating in a way that's going to help you lose pounds and inches. The two can be one and the same, but oftentimes people make the mistake of, no, they're not eating drive-up window from a fast food place, junk food, but they're overeating or they're undereating certain things. So if you combine the right exercise 2 or 3 hours a week with Eat by Color, you'll be on track. You'll have a fighting chance to be successful. Things I didn't tell you are one of the biggest things with this is you really can do it the rest of your life. Whereas like once upon a time I avoided fat like the plague, thinking that if I ate fat I'd gain fat. That's not true. Eating fat has little to do with your cholesterol. That's another whole discussion. Eating fat can actually contribute to lowering cholesterol, but I avoided fat. So I ate a high carbohydrate diet and monitored my calories. And two things happened. I obsessed about food. I obsessed about calories. I was constantly hungry, and I watched my body fat go up. The other approach is completely eliminate carbohydrates. So the protein and broccoli. Been there and done that, and it's great until you go and have something other than protein and broccoli. So this Eat by Color really is something that you can do the rest of your life. And it is expected that it's not going to be perfect. It is expected that 4 or 5 days out of the month, you're probably going to stray from the reservation, if you will. And that's all right. Our experience has been here in the club and working with people online that even if you do that, you're still going to accomplish some pretty significant results, and you're going to keep them. All right. Who else has questions? Nobody? Seriously? That's it? That easy? Yeah, you can ask me. That's fine.
Portion sizes, how important are those?
How important are your portion sizes? Again, having done the way your food... Who has a food scale? Anybody? Who makes themselves crazy weighing food all the time? Or who's ever tried doing that? Who's ever hauled their food scale to a restaurant? Am I the only one? Seriously? Okay. That makes you crazy. It makes the wait staff crazy. It makes the people that were hoping for an enjoyable meal go absolutely nuts and say things like, I'm never going out to eat with you again if you bring that thing with you. From experience having done that and upsetting friends and family, if you keep it to around your fist, for most of us it's going to self-regulate. So does it have to be exactly this many ounces? No, and it doesn't matter. I said about your fist. Sometimes maybe it's a little more, sometimes maybe it's a little less. At the end of a month or the end of 2 months, it's all going to balance out and you're going to be just fine. It's not about calories. It's not about restrict. Contrary to what we've been told, what's been beat into our heads. When done correctly, many find they have to eat more and more to keep losing weight, which is ridiculously counterintuitive. And I guess I didn't even think to do this. Hey, Malachi, go get me one of the name tag magnets off my file cabinet, please. So, oftentimes, if done right, people need to eat more. And we've got a simple way that we kind of explain or show that to people and what's actually going on. Like, what do you mean I can eat more and lose weight? That I've never been told that. Everybody says it's calories in, calories out. You heard the radio commercial by the still slightly overweight nurse. Can you get me one of the business card magnets too? One of the lawn mowing one. It's not just calories in, calories out. That's part of it, but there's a couple other things. And that again ties into making it lifestyle. Whereas if who's counted calories before? Well, am I the only one that did? I'm feeling worse than when I order a Diet Coke and a salad out to dinner with my wife. They bring the salad and Diet Coke to her. All right. Just the calories doesn't work. If it did, none of you would be here because we've all tried, or most of us have tried it. All right, Britt, move your iPad. So you get that one. Okay, so this is a magnetic keychain, or it's a metal keychain, which means it's attracted to a magnet, right? It's just a Craftsman keychain. So what happens is, when it's not just calories, hormonally there's something going on. When insulin's elevated, glucagon goes down. Glucagon burns fat. And all you have to remember is, if we have a lot of body fat and not a lot of muscle, it's kind of like a tug of war between two groups. The keychain is the calories or the energy. The magnets, my magnet represents body fat right now. Britt's magnet represents lean tissue or your muscle mass. So what we're going to do is a keychain tug of war. All right, Britt, you ready? Yep. Go ahead and take it. Okay. For males, and I don't have the number handy, you want to do it again?
No.
Go ahead. You ready? Come on, Britt.
Like winning. Stop. We're done.
I do like winning. Winning's good.
Feel better about yourself, right?
So for adult males, once body fat percentage goes above 10 or 11% body fat, the bigger magnet becomes fat. So that means that extra calories are going to get stored as more fat, which makes that magnet even bigger and bigger and bigger. If we lower body fat and we increase muscle mass, we change places, which means Britt gets the win.
One more time.
And what that's representing is, instead of those calories going to increase the amount of fat you have, insulin's allowed to do its job, and the lean tissue that's supposed to get the insulin and calories does. And that plays a huge role when we look at long-term weight maintenance with people being able to eat more and more food. So any questions about that? So calories do matter, but you do have to stabilize insulin. And I can give you extreme examples of fitness competitors. Like, there's a girl, she's not on drugs, she doesn't do any cardio, none, zip, zero, zilch. She's eating like 300 grams of carbohydrates a day. So 1,200 calories from just carbs, and 100 some grams of protein, like 80 or 90 grams of fat a day, and she's losing fat and getting stronger and gaining muscle. Which everybody would say, you can't eat more, you should never. The chicken and broccoli crowd would say, well, there's no way you can have all those carbohydrates. Yet she can, is, and is losing fat. So, yes?
Is there anything that you can recommend that helps with detox? Basically, I know that I eat sugar. I drink regular pop. I am a chocoholic. Anything candy, I eat natural and raw. And I know that I still need like detox from sugar.
Okay.
And it's hard. Like, I honestly, I'm just going to tell you right now, I ate a Kit Kat on my way here. Because I was like, all right, I got one last hurrah. I ate a Kit Kat on my way here. Like,
All right. Well, I guess first, do we need to send somebody out to the car? Are there more Kit Kats? So we can just bring them in here. We'll put them at the counter. They'll be gone by 7:30. So what do you do if you tend to eat a lot of sugar or carbohydrates from simple sugars like candies and pops? First and foremost, you can look at that as a problem or an opportunity. That's a huge opportunity because there's a couple things right off the bat that it's not going to be easy initially, but that you can cut back on, and it'll equate to a significant change in how you look, how you feel, your health, wellness, and weight loss. point number 2 is it's not going to be easy, but most people that are carboholics, in 7 to 10 days, if they start cutting back, they begin to not miss them. Okay? Again, it's kind of that tug-of-war situation. In that case, it's a tug-of-war with energy substrates. Your body is used to simple sugar always showing up in your diet. And when you take it away, your body is like giving you the proverbial finger, like, where are my carbs? Go get a can of Pepsi. Go get a pan of Pepsi. Go get a can of Pepsi. But if you say no long enough to that, it will go away. But you have to be willing, and you have to be okay with the idea that it's going to take 7 to 10 days. But it will go away, and it's literally your body is accustomed to simple dietary sugars for energy. Yet, if we look at a can of, what kind of pop do you drink? All right, so what's a can of Pepsi? Around 200 calories? So actually it's 220. 1 can of Pepsi is 220 calories. 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calories. So all we got to do is get the body comfortable with the idea that there's not another 12 ounces of Pepsi coming. Go start nibbling on a pound of fat. There's a lot of energy available in all of us in just 1 pound of fat. We just have to get the body in a position where it can actually metabolize that fat for energy. So 7 to 10 days. The other thing is, and I'll share this with all of you, you have to believe you can actually make the change. And that's like there's a couple things I can't give people. And probably the biggest and first thing is I can't give people the belief that, yes, they too can do it. I really did used to fit in those pants. And now I've got another book coming out, hopefully in the next week or 2. And when I look at everything that we've done, and when I'm talking to people about the new book, I've lost 60-some pounds and kept it off for over 15 years now. Like, I didn't grow up born to do this. I didn't grow up, I haven't played organized athletics since like 7th grade. Wasn't a jock in high school. Kind of lifted weights towards the very end of college. So if I did it, anybody can do it. And again, steal her time and steal my time. Other questions? Anybody? Yeah.
Well, it's mandatory, so you gotta do your homework. It's mandatory, so there's that. All right, so if you guys go on here, the easiest way is the FitWorkz.com/EBYC consult /. So you go right away, you're going to do your first, last name, your address, all that good stuff, and do it correctly, and your email in there, so you're going to get an email blast. Right away, open up that email, go to the very bottom. What's it say at the bottom? It's food log.
It's going to say E by C, food recall form.
And you'll click on that, and that's going to bring up an entire spreadsheet of your food log. So and you guys can do that if it's on Microsoft Excel, and you can email it to me, and I'll open it up, and I can send it right back. So there's even a week's worth long.
Who here is sitting there scared to death by the words Microsoft Excel? Anybody?
All right.
It's really simple. If you're slightly familiar with Excel, the first tab in the workbook, the worksheet says instructions. The instructions may say there's a worksheet or tab for each day of the week. We condense the first tab so it's 1 week on one sheet and just go right down the line, type in for each meal what you ate, good, bad, or otherwise. And part of the reasons we're doing that, what we found with helping people with food recalls or food logs or food journals or whatever, the real power and opportunity isn't in holding you accountable with your food. It's for us to learn your eating habits. And as we learn your eating habits, be able to, instead of saying, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, instead, this is awesome, do more of it. This is awesome, do more of it. How would you feel doing this every day? And that kind of takes you out of that no mindset. It builds some self-esteem. It builds some self-confidence. You just start doing more of the things you like doing. And lo and behold, we have a lifestyle.
Are these logs going forward the week or back the week?
Like starting right now.
Like for this Wednesday,
I would log. So the question is, are the food logs going to go starting Wednesday to next Wednesday? I would start tomorrow and log tomorrow, and I would log up to the noon time. Is it noon? 1 o'clock time on Wednesday and send it to Brittany. And then next week will be Wednesday to Wednesday.
Yep.
And we've been doing this with the food recalls now for probably 2 years. And I can tell you, hands down, the people that are the most successful send the food logs. And I promise you, it's not just the accountability. I don't want to put this on there. I don't want them to see that I ate another Kit Kat. It's more of us being able to say, hey, what you did for breakfast on Monday, I know you're in a hurry in the morning. I know it's got to be convenient. I know it's got to be portable. How would you feel about doing that every day? And I get a lot of, are you serious? I could do that every day? I'm like, yeah. And then you won't get to work, end up starving, and go to the break room and gorge on whatever junk's there. So send the food logs. Yes. Yes.
That's what I was actually going to go to next. So I want to hold like 3 group discussions in 8 weeks. So if you guys have a pen or paper,
You can kill
write
this
it
part.
down.
You can
The 3
stop.
dates are going to be, the first one is Monday, June 1st, 6:30 p.m.